Why do people often lose their strength after beholding heavenly visions? All through the scriptures, God's glory hits so hard that even prophets and apostles can't stand on their feet. Buckle up, we're about to sprint through some of the most intense theophany moments ever recorded in the scriptures. In the Book of Mormon, we begin with Lehi in a scripture reference found in 1 Nephi chapter 1 verses 7 to 8. Lehi, after praying for his people, is overcome by the Spirit. The vision of God on his throne makes him quake and tremble. After seeing God sitting upon his throne, surrounded with numberless concourses of angels. Later, Alma the Younger in Mosiah chapter 27 verses 18 to 19 experienced an encounter with an angel that, through his great astonishment, became dumb, that he could not open his mouth. He became so weak that he could not even move his hands. In the Old Testament, we now look back in Judges 13 verse 20, Samson's parents witnessed the angel of the Lord. Overwhelmed by the divine appearance, they collapsed to the ground. Also, Ezekiel experiences overwhelming glory of the Lord in Ezekiel chapter 1 verse 28, that when he saw it, he fell upon his face. And Daniel in Daniel chapter 10 verses 8 to 9, fasting by the river, describes a vision so intense that there remained no strength in him. Let's go to the New Testament. In Acts chapter 9 verses 3 to 9, on the road to Damascus, Saul, later called Paul, fell to the earth, and a light from heaven shone round about him. Jesus appeared to him, and after trembling and being astonished, he was 3 days without sight. Blinded by the risen Christ, Saul is left helpless until healed. Let's go to the island of Patmos, where John, called the Revelator, fell at his feet as dead when he saw the glorified Christ, who then comforted and reassured him. Joseph Smith himself experienced a similar weakness after the first vision, as recorded in Joseph Smith History, chapter 1, verse 20. He said he found himself lying on his back. When the light had departed, he had no strength. I think the reason why these prophets and apostles often became weak after a heavenly vision was explained by Joseph Smith himself. After the vision of the degrees of glory recorded in Doctrine and Covenants, section 76, verses 19 to 20, Joseph and Sidney Rigdon had just came out of the vision. Joseph remained strong, while Sidney grew pale and limp, overwhelmed by the glory around them. Observing this, Joseph kindly remarked, "Brother Sidney is not used to it as I am." In this simple comment, Joseph revealed a profound truth. Beholding the glory of God places a weight upon mortal flesh. Physical strength can fail, the spirit can be overwhelmed, and the body may appear weak. But this is not a sign of lacking faith. Rather, it is evidence of the divine reality of what had been witnessed. And with experience, the Lord strengthens His servants to endure His presence. Commenting on this experience of Joseph Smith and Sidney Rigdon, Brother Truman G. Madsen observed in one of his lectures entitled Joseph Smith Lecture Number 1, The First Vision and Its Aftermath. He said, "One grows in the capacity." So what's the point? One grows in the capacity. This means our ability to experience, endure, and understand God's glory increases over time with experience and spiritual growth. Just as prophets and apostles needed time and experience to withstand the overwhelming presence of God, we too can strengthen our hearts and spirits. Let these accounts remind us, with patience, study, and prayer, we can grow in the capacity to meet our God's presence. Now, stop watching this and go study your scriptures.